So welcome everybody. My name's Alan Thomas and
Angie Thomas.
She's Angie. I'm not Angie, that's for sure. We've got some fun guests with us today. We've got Jason who works with Rethink Dieting. Say hey, Jason Laird.
Hi there, everybody.
and we've got an amazing client testimony and story by one of our favorite people, Vicki Volby, who's up in the frozen Arctic of Minnesota, and so it is cold there. But we're going to stay down here in Florida. But Vicki, tell us, when did you and what was the starting date when you came in? Actually, when did you first have your first conversation with Jason?
I believe it was about the beginning of August.
Okay.
Yep.
And you two guys, this is not scripted for those watching this live right now, but it's tell us what it was like before you met Jason. I'd love you and Jason to kind of because Jason remembers that conversation he had with you too. So tell us, what was it like? What have you been through to get to your, to the point where you came to Rethink Dieting?
Well, I had one of my original jobs that I had was I was a professional horse trainer and riding instructor, and I got hurt on a horse that literally took that career away from me. When I was doing that, I was extremely fit. I was in good shape. My weight was good. But after that, maybe it was a little of depression from losing my career. I started gaining weight, and when I got over the depression, then it's like, oh, I have to start losing weight. And then I just couldn't, and I tried every diet there was. And then I saw you on Facebook and checked into it, and that's how I met Jason.
There you go. So what was it like? Coming to that first call with Jason, and Jason, you and Vicki, Angie and I don't want to monopolize this. I want to bring you into the conversation too. So, what was that like? Here you are coming, not knowing about what's going to happen. You tried everything out there, and it was kind of the last ditch effort kind of thing.
It was, and basically, Jason wanted to know how serious I was. And because it was my last ditch effort, I was very, very serious. And I wanted to start right away. I just knew this was going to work. It had to work.
And how did you know? How did you know it was going to work?
How did I know it was going to work? Because I've tried everything else, and I listened to some of the recordings that Alan and Angie had done and that you had done, Jason. And I felt like this was the answer for me, but I knew it had to be a lot of determination on my part. And I was ready to do that determination.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And how long was it from the time you got injured and started gaining weight till the time that you joined Alan and Angie?
I got injured in 1999.
Oh, wow.
I was in good shape, and I was very fit because that's a hard job. And then over the years, I just started gaining weight. And then it was, I tried all these different diets, and I just didn't know what else to do anymore until I saw this on Facebook and listened to a couple of the interviews and thought, this is it. This has to be it.
Cool. So what? And I'm curious. What was the hardest part? Kind of prior to Rethink Dieting, what was the hardest part of having to, trying the different things what was the hardest part of that? Over the years that you struggle with the different programs.
Well, you would lose a little bit, and then I just hit a wall, and of course, then frustration set in. And I would gain everything I lost plus.
Yeah.
And and then there were like fad diets, of course, and all the promises, you see these ads, promises that you're gonna lose a lot of weight, and you try it, and then you give up and gain more weight.
Yeah.
And it's a never-ending circle.
Yeah, we call it the dieter's circle of insanity. That's what the name of it is. That's what our name of it is. And so here you are, you come into this and you're in this process where we say, we're not telling you what to eat.
Uh-huh.
We're not telling you what to, what ran through your mind when you heard that?
What? You're not going to tell me what to eat? How am I going to do this?
Yeah, and I'll never. And it's kind of funny. And this is a story Angie and I've enjoyed in a good way, because we knew you could do it. I mean, you came in, you've been ideal client, followed the process so well. But it was so interesting in our original welcome call that Angie and I did with you. Remember what you wrote to us in the little note? You had a note that what you ate every day, and you couldn't lose weight.
Yeah, I can't remember exactly what I put in the note, but I kept telling myself I don't eat that much. But
Yeah.
what I have found out through the program is realizing that what I ate was wrong for me.
Yeah. Yeah. And we didn't have to tell you. We just gave you the tools to figure it out in the pieces of the puzzle. And that's what's been so fun to watch you, is you've been so coachable. I mean, I wish, and I've told you over and over, I wish we could clone you, and have our, because you have been coachable. And it was like, we got through in that first session. I know we got you over the hump. Angie and I got you over the hump, and then you dropped 5 pounds pretty quickly.
Yes.
And then we get a message. And what did you say?
I said, I'm stuck. I can't drop any more weight.
And yep. And then I said, let's figure this out right now. And we got on, we got on with Zoom with you, Angie and I did, and we said, how long does it normally take you to quit? And what did you say?
1 day.
That's right. And then we had this, and we talked about this. We had this conversation about a client of ours from, like, I guess it's been 4 years ago now almost, but Stuart Davis, he's on our wall of testimonies. But Stuart had a situation where he was basically doing everything right and just plateaued for like 5 weeks. And it was pound up, pound down, pound up, pound down. And then in the 6th and 7th week, he dropped something like 8 pounds over the next 2 weeks. And I asked you, I said, did he lose the weight over the 2 weeks or over the 2 plus the 5 weeks? And you said, well, it's 2 plus 5. And I said, okay. And I asked you, remember how much time I asked you to give me?
How much time what?
You remember I asked you, how much time would you give me this much time at your same weight without veering? Do you remember what I asked you?
I don't actually.
It was 30 days. I said, will you give me 30 days? Will you
right.
give me 30 days? And you said it the same weight. I said, yeah, the same weight. Just keep doing what you're doing. Follow the process. How long did it take you to drop below that wall?
About 2 more days.
It came really fast. You didn't have to. You didn't have to wait very long.
I feel like that was a wall. All the fad diets I was at. Mm-hmm. I would get to that particular spot, and I would stop, and I'd gain again. So to me, that was my stopping point.
Yeah.
My other diets.
Yeah, and that's the thing. And I mean, this is changing your thinking. I mean, we all want it, like we say all the time. We all want to go to the land of eat as much as you want, whenever you want, whatever you want. And unfortunately, that's for us, that we have to go to heaven to get there. And so to get to that point. But at the end of the day, but you stay and you keep calling them walls. And what do we say they are? Opportunities.
Pardon me?
Opportunities.
Oh, that's right. Opportunities. Yes.
So here you are across these walls, but I'd love for you to tell everybody what you experienced for the last 6 weeks and then what happened this week.
Well, what I experienced for the last 6 weeks was my weight went within 3 pounds of each other for 6 whole weeks. I couldn't get below it. It just wouldn't move. And I kept thinking of Stuart, and I thought, Stuart can do it. I can do this. Be patient, be patient, be patient. Don't stop what you're doing, which is thank you. That's what you kept saying. Don't stop what you're doing. Yeah. And finally, in this last week, it started to drop.
It is, yeah. But now you had dropped, being fair, you dropped 20 something pounds at that point. You weren't down 2 or 3. You were down 22 pounds. And then boom, you had I think the other day it was 4 pounds below that so-called wall. And so, I mean, that's awesome. but I'd love for you to tell everybody, what it's meant. Now you've got more to go. I mean, you're on the journey and all, but so right now, what would you say to somebody who says, there's no way you're making it. Oh, there's no way. You've waited too long. You're over 30. You can't lose weight. People over 30 can't lose weight. There's no way. You've had this obesity issue all these years. What would you tell somebody that said that to you now?
I would tell them to watch me lose it.
There you go. I love that. And so, but what's changed in your life? Now, here you are. You, like I said, you're fairly early in the journey down, 25, 30 pounds in that range, right in there. So what's changed about your life now? I'd love for you to tell that too.
Well, it's really nice when people that you haven't seen for a while see you and notice you've lost weight.
Yeah.
So I thank them for noticing, because that's just a real affirmation. My confidence level has just gone way skyrocketing. I sing on the worship team at church, and I used to hide behind the stand and sit and hide behind the lead singers. And now the stand is gone and I'm in the front with the lead singers. I'm not embarrassed anymore.
How cool is that?
When we take pictures, I'd always make sure that I was sort of hidden. And that's my confidence level has gotten me, so I'm in the front now. And
I love it.
It's really been fun. And my energy level is greatly improved. My knees are way less painful. I had IT band pain. That's totally gone. So my whole health has been improving.
Yeah. And you already knew what to eat. You already knew. That's what I want people to hear. You knew what you had to do. Some figuring you had to do. You followed our process of, people say, are you not going to give me that? No. I mean, there's a million of them out there, but we love for you. You've created your own.
Yes.
That works for you. You're eating real food. You're not. What did I tell you when you told me one time you were hungry? What did we tell you?
Eat.
Yeah, eat. I mean, I'm like you said, I'm hungry. I said, eat something, for crying out loud. I'm hungry. I mean,
I just had to find the right food to eat.
Yeah.
Because for me, I realized that my macros make the difference for me. So I have to watch my proteins and my carbs. And so when I'm hungry, I eat, but I eat the right foods.
Yeah. And it's different for every.
Was good.
Yeah, would say that again?
Not what I used to think was good.
Yeah, well, but it doesn't mean you'll never have the things that you want. It's just you know what the price of it is now.
Right.
And I love that. I mean, go ahead.
No. That there'll be time for those things in moderation again. It's just a window of time, and we're just so happy, so proud of you.
I'm so excited for what's been accomplished so far. It's just, I never thought that I'd be able to do this again. And now I know that I will be able to do it. I'm going to continue to lose weight. And it's not that difficult to have it be a life change.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. Jason, anything you want to throw in there?
Yeah. So Vicki, great job. It's really exciting to hear after you came in and all of this success. So my question that I always ask people, and I want to ask you now, is I've done, I don't know, thousands of calls with people, and Alan and Angie and I have talked about that really only one person out of 10 is really serious enough to actually go forward and do something, whether it's with us or on their own. What is it for you? What was it for you, sort of the line in the sand for you personally, that you said, because I know you had tried a lot of things. People try a lot of things.
Yes.
But what was it? What was the turning point or the line in the sand for you that says, I have to do something?
Because I have tried so many things and there was nothing left to try. And I felt my health declining. I really did. And I knew that I either had to do something now or I'm just going to continue to decline. And when I saw the interviews and met you, Jason, I just knew that this had to be what I needed to do. Plus, I prayed about it.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
that was the big factor for me. I prayed about it.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
and that's a huge thing because, a lot of people come in are believers, and that's why I, worked with them and put all of those videos together so people could use their discernment. They could say, okay, are these people real? I mean, there's 1,001 weight loss things on the internet, and a certain type of person is attracted to Alan and Angie, and that's the whole point. Is let's give you everything that you're going to need to make your own decision and your own discernment, and then it's my job to help you to really answer questions and get past yourself to of the point of because a lot of people are scared. They're afraid of losing again, and I know what Alan and Angie deliver, and then it's really a neat thing to see the after effects in the case of you of really successfully coming through it.
And
yeah.
I'm not going to say I wasn't scared going into this,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
I knew I had to do this. I just knew I had to. I knew this was it for me.
Yeah. And you've been following the step. You've been following the steps, through this, and there's nothing. And I mean, have you done crazy exercise?
Well, not crazy.
I would say we don't have to do crazy.
A lot of walking. Nothing like when I was training horses, of course. That's a very hard job.
But you're already doing walking exercises. You were already doing some of that before, in that. But have we asked you to eat birdseed and just try to survive on kibbles and bits or whatever? But what we asked you was to do, and I remember that first. It was so interesting, that first conversation, that we had, and we all remember eating like we think we should. Okay, we forget those other times, and it was so cute. I asked you. I said, first I asked you what because I sensed that you weren't really going for the weight that you were intending to be. And I asked you if Jesus walked in the door of your house with the version of Vicki that you were created to be, what is that one way? And you told us you wanted 150, and then you said, and then she said, oh no, that person is going to be 135, but I'm going to get to 150 before I said, no, that's not how this works. But it was so cute. And then you're like, but all I eat is boiled eggs and lettuce, and that was what you wrote to us. And I said, well, if the people and you're a professional trainer of champion dogs, and I said, if your pets and the people you love, life were on the line, what would you change about the last 30 days about your eating? And you said, oh, I'd stop eating ice cream and cookies. And you weren't telling the truth. It was just, and I said, there it is. And so you start. It doesn't mean you'll never have the ice cream and cookies again. But it's been so neat to see you just develop this, and here you are on your way down. Put what is it, right at 25, 30, whatever it is, pounds. I can't do the math in my head, but the point is there's no doubt anymore. No. And did you sit over in the corner for Thanksgiving and not eat anything? Because this is a couple weeks after Thanksgiving.
No, I didn't. I was careful what I ate, but I enjoyed the company, and I enjoyed eating with everybody.
Yeah.
I would pick and choose what I wanted to eat that I felt was good.
Love it. So what would you say the future's like? Okay, so what's it going to be like at the weight you were created to be? The one that's the stuff sitting there waiting, that's been waiting on you for a while, for all these years. What's life going to be different for you? I'm curious.
Well, my confidence level is going to be very good, and I might enjoy shopping again for clothes.
There you go.
Yes, that has been what I've hated to do because of my weight.
Yeah.
I hated shopping for clothes, and I had no confidence. I know my confidence is building now, and it's just going to continue to get more, and I'm going to enjoy showing off that I've dropped so much weight.
That's neat. And even during the time when you said your words, you were stuck, which you weren't, but it was, but how many inches had you lost at that point? You were talking about that the other night. I thought that was interesting.
I started the journey August 13th, and I usually measure myself once a month. And as of Wednesday, I believe it was 2 days ago, I had lost 24.5 inches.
Whoa, that's awesome. And that for roughly not quite 4 months, that's pretty flipping incredible. And it's fun to get there. That's awesome.
A few trips to the secondhand store with my clothes that no longer fit me.
Yeah, somebody else will appreciate that.
That's great. So last thing that I'm going to say, unless Angie or Jason's got something, but what would you tell somebody that's sitting on the sideline that's just scared? They're just scared. They're scared that, these people, how can it be different? What would you say to somebody that's on the outside looking in right now?
That's how I felt. And I don't feel that way anymore. I'm glad I did this. I'm glad I'm doing this. And the thing I'm learning from Alan and Angie is don't quit. It's going to get better. Don't quit. Mm-hmm. And that's what I've learned from Stuart too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's it. That's it. Awesome. Anything?
No, that was wonderful. That Vicki, we're just so happy.
Yeah.
Thank
Jason?
you. I'm excited.
Yeah, I just want to tell you, I'm very proud of you. And I remember that 4 months ago. And most people that I talk to on the phone are scared, or they've been, they've failed so many times that they don't really want to, they want to lose weight, but they don't want to be disappointed or feel like a failure again. And what I always say is, if you make that decision, if you make a decision that you draw that line in the sand, that whatever it is for yourself, I know Alan and Angie will get you there as long as you show up and fight for yourself.
Yeah.
Yes. And I think another fear, like you said, Jason, that a lot of people have is they're going to gain it all back. Just like all these bad diets.
Yeah.
Gain all that back plus. But this one is different. This is different. This is teaching me how to eat the right foods, how to know what helps and that hurts.
Yeah. And who's figuring that part out?
I am.
That's right. So it's very, but we give you the tools so you can do it. But at the end of the day, it's that mindset of that you're taking radical ownership of this, radical responsibility in a way, and so we're super proud of you. And yes, we will ask you to do another one of these, probably in another 20 or 30 pounds, and let the people see even more results. But it's just fun to maybe this gives somebody hope. And for those of you that are watching this and wondering how in the world do you get more information on this, if you'll go to transformmyfuture.com/apply. Oops, I didn't mean for that to pop up. That's some kind of StreamYard thing. Let's see. Go to transformmyfuture.com/apply. You can book a call with Jason, just like Vicki had, and more information about it. And you can also go to our online training at rethinkdieting.com. That's where we walk through the five-step strategy that Angie and I drop 190 260 days and show people how to do it. And that's where Vicki began. And in watching that, and we look forward to seeing all of you later. And Vicki, we look forward to seeing you, but we're going to be seeing less of you as next time we meet. Right?
Yeah.
All right.